Okay, hi. Alright, Mr. Arrow. So, today I did meditation class. Alright, it's a bit different from last session because I changed the game 1 and game 2, and my practice stuff were almost the same. But this time, instead of using the marker, right, I used the line or the layout to place the playing area. But it kind of got a bit confusing for the players to understand. Yeah. So starting off with game 1, feedback.
Game one was okay lah, but maybe your what's that called? The rules were a bit like we didn't understand at first because you said that no dribbling, but we could take like 3 to 4 touches, so you weren't as sure and you weren't as precise in giving us the instructions lah. For that part, but other than that, I think it was okay. It was good.
So maybe if I said no dribbling, but I can take like as many touches, do you think it would have been better? Because no dribbling, but I can take as many touches as you want.
Yeah, because I mean more than 5 touches already, it will involve a dribbling. You cannot be just touching the ball for 5 times, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yellow.
Yeah. So just make it simple, like no dribbling. That's all.
Yeah. Then I thought that your rules to shape the play was okay lah, where you have to like pass the ball in order, and then pass the ball and then stop in order to score. So that sort of also last sort of pass or scoring to actually like to be a pass. Then actually sort of like have a better chance of going to where you want, what you want to teach out, which is the penetrating pass. Yeah.
Asher, Billy. Billy. What about Q&A, guys? Q&A. The Q&A, okay, personally, I think the Q&A was a bit shaky because I couldn't really get the answers I want.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a bit everywhere, the Q&A. So is there any way you guys, like what the things you guys think that I made mistake on?
Okay, the questions you gave weren't directed to what you wanted the answer from lah. So at the point where we gave different answers like through ball, stopping at the play, so those weren't answers that you wanted. Then after that, like for a moment, like after we said through ball the defenders, then you just gave up. Then you started to tell us the answer like halfway, something like that.
What is the tactical problem in this lesson?
Penetrating the defense using penetrating pass.
Okay, so penetrate the defense, then the tactical decision is through pass. Or what?
Penetration pass. It's kind of like through pass. Yeah, it's the same thing.
So what exactly do you want them to do to penetrate the defense? So no dribbling, right? So definitely it's not a dribble through the defense, right?
Yeah.
So it's a pass that penetrate the defense. So I think in the Q&A you have to help the students to visualize or like to recall early on what exactly is the problem, which is they cannot penetrate the defense. So did they face this kind of problem? They cannot penetrate the defense, they cannot. Did they?
They feel
Did you?
There was a bit but it wasn't very obvious and not frequent. Yeah.
So they can successfully pass the ball forward, so on and so forth. Most of the time.
Not most of the time.
Sometime. Okay. So you may want to shape the play in such a way that really it's not easy to penetrate the defense. Hence, in Q&A, you need to talk about it's not easy to penetrate the defense, and now we offer a solution, which is so-called through pass, which can help you to penetrate the defense. My sensing is when you ask them, okay, so what did you do? Then all kind of like terms like through pass, wall pass, or never do wall pass, and then all kind of things. So how do you facilitate after they flow to you all these terms? They kind of offer you the answer to it. Through pass, right? So how can you frame the Q&A a bit better so that they will not flow you all the terms and then full stop end of story.
Explain what they mean by
Can explain. Or if not, don't just give them so much freedom to flow the terms to you. Then after that, you don't know what to do. Then you can explore, focus more on the, let's say you can talk about interception, you know, there's no passing lane, what do we need to do to get the passing lane. Focus on those areas. Only later then, okay, so we are going to talk about free pass later. Okay, so I think you give them too
many of the open.
too open. Then they throw you another flu pass. Then, okay, then how?
Got it.
And then also you in the Q&A, I thought that there wasn't really much relation to game 1. There wasn't any much inspiration.
The first practice starts, what are the play areas?
Half, right?
Yeah, half.
Yeah, it's just half.
Half means what? Did the coach tell you all?
He just told us that the
I told them that use the green line as a reference to make the passes, like as a reference to stand.
Reference to stand.
Yeah, like reference. Yeah.
So when you pass the ball, when you receive the ball, you must be at the line?
If
Or can you move around?
you can move around from the green line.
along the line.
Along the line, but cannot like... So the direction must be this way. When they pass the ball, receive the ball. Or is it a grid? They can move around in the grid.
Yeah, that one was a bit confusing.
So if you see the green line, right? So the players can move within the
In front or behind, but must move along the line.
yeah.
Did the coach give your feedback in the first practice? And what kind of feedback did he give? The focusing play, the freeze replay.
Yeah. It was very thank you.
Okay. I mean, you did give some feedback
During the
first practice or second practice, but is it based on the VOCE, your feedback?
yes. Like I remember there was a point where Panic came in and said I told him to follow the V and then I told him to follow the C with communication. So yeah. I asked them but then I didn't really like keep saying it repeatedly. Like
Did they do the VOCE? What's the second practice task about?
This monkey, right?
yeah.
That was a bit confusing.
What's the second practice task?
It was something like
You say 2v,
4v2.
4v2, right?
Yeah.
2 person in the middle to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Very noisy, Watson.
Okay, so my second practice task right is
Pass through the defending zone in the middle,
yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Then later on we become a 3v3, is it?
it was still a 4.
It was a 4v2 all along. So it's basically they need to try pass pass the ball past the defenders. It's kind of imitates the penetrating the defense.
So the game 2 is what? Still 4.
We'll go back to 3v2.
Okay.
That rondo was part of the practice task.
Yeah.
So the only 2 practices, right? Or 3 practices?
2
2 lah. And then he did progression 2 last one.
task one.
Okay.
And I did forgot to include the rule into the game 2. The practice task 2. Is that if they make a pass between the defenders, right, it's 1 point now. But I forgot to implement the rule. And I feel like it would have been more like it would force the players to make a pass between the defenders rather than the side. So yeah. Practice task 2.
Okay, yeah.
They didn't establish any rules, then we were just like passing around.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like
Objective.
confusing because of the zone. Because he said defenders cannot move out of a certain zone. So like for us as the players outfield, right, there are times that we can make passes where the defenders isn't getting involved. So that defeats the purpose of the task. Like when he wants us to actually pass between the defenders, but the defenders aren't there to intercept because they cannot move out of the zone. Like along the sides, you know.
Or the zone is too wide for them to cover.
No.
Defender.
Basically, the defenders are in a smaller square, and then
But we can pass until the
we can go
the
outside.
red.
Yeah.
So they only can stay inside the green. The defenders can stay inside the green. Like you see, there's that green box, right?
Actually, right.
But the width, same width, right?
No.
Wait. Actually, I think that's where the misunderstanding came because it's supposed to be the same width. Actually, yeah.
Same width. Then the defender also cover the same width, right?
Yep.
No, the defender must.
No,
cannot
the
be
width is
middle.
the same. The width for attackers, defenders, the width is the same. And yeah, so if you look at the blue line, right, the blue line is supposed to be all the way there, but it's not following. So that's where the misunderstanding came from. Yeah.
So it's long PG.
So you see the halfway court, right? The halfway court, blue line here and there. So that's the whole playing area. And the zone would be red and blue would be the defending zone, and the other side would be the attacking zone.
So for the players, right, would it help if let's say the width is not so wide? So defender can defend better.
Yes. I think it would be better if you just keep it as a box 4v2. Then that would be better. Like because we are passing through the defenders. You get what I mean?
I hear you. 4v2.
Yeah, it's like a normal random situation where you just have a normal square, and then there's two defenders inside, and then you pass like through the defenders.
Yes and no, but I think because for him, he wants a more like directional, that kind of thing, right? So I think we can stick to 2-2-2. But for the defender, right, to defend more easily, and also to make it more like a flu pass, because it also is too wide, right? In the end, when they pass the ball, they may pass the ball actually outside of the defenders, right? Then it's not a flu pass. So far, it's not really they are not passing between the two defenders.
Yep.
So maybe you don't make it so wide, you make it narrow.
Because spider is going to be narrow lah, but I never like implement like the playing area where. Just now. Okay, go 4 minutes. Okay.
Okay, others will talk about things.
Okay, then I think for game 2, like everything was okay, but you know in game 1, game 1, when your practice starts, like you focus on us not dribbling. So the main purpose is penetrating the defense through penetrative passes. But in game 2, you didn't instill back the rule of no dribbling. So that was a way like, then that means like whatever we practice in game 1 and the practice tasks all were like, it could have been useless if we could just continue just dribbling and not passing out. Because that's a way for us to penetrate the defenders but without a penetrating pass. You get what I mean? Yeah.
Yellow.
I think the game 2 as I agree with Prani lah. So if you add in the dribbling part, then that doesn't really bring out what we practice. The passing through the two defenders as well as your VOC.
There's no.
Because now I can dribble, so you have more dribbles.
Okay. Extra. Yeah.
I think we did. I mean, to me, lah.
I don't know. I feel it was okay. Because he said the rule whereby if you pass through the two defenders, you get more points. So I think that was good enough. I think the game 1 we should have. I think we should have just let people. Because your queues, you allow us to dribble. All the queue is to move in the space. Yeah. So like game 1 you don't allow us to dribble, then bring the task to other people. So that didn't make sense. But game 2 I felt was okay because I feel that the rule was good enough. Like, I feel that if you don't put dribbling, it's very hard. Don't dribble. But at least must move in space.
Okay.
If there are 3 defenders, if you cannot move, right, they can just like defend the 2 other players.
Right.
So I agree that I don't think we should give up. Because go dribble is very, at least the limit amount of things you want.
So what if I say you can only dribble for less than 2 meters, something like that?
2 meters very subjective. Just say like push, yeah, just,
Centimeter.
no, just go on touches.
Okay, touches, okay. Yes.
And free spray, you got free spray, but I don't think you really ask questions.
Yeah, I don't know.
The situation was good, but the question
Yeah,
not good.
okay. Then another thing right is key coaching point. Was it good or need improvement? Because it was something I made up like last week.
I think could have been better lah.
Like, his execution. It's literally just your coaching skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when you explain it that time, right, it ended up being too long, and then after that, like you never really relate to the alphabet, so it ended up being very long, and then
Oh yeah.
Then we forget
then we
what's
get
the
lost, yeah,
main.
correct.
So I should have like how to say? I made it like this short one lah, like VOC or yeah, something like that.
As in,
I think it wasn't just one word. Like you said, example, off ball movement. Then you were like moving off of the ball or something like that. Then we forget what is the main thing, because like it's one whole sentence for one of the words. You get what I mean?
Oh, okay. Got it.
So the coaching cues are for the ball, the player holding on to the ball. So I view.
It's technically for both people.
So view,
The person holding on to the
ball holder, receiver, all,
O is
Off
for
ball.
off ball. The receiver.
That's for the receiver.
then the ball holder.
He skipped to C.
Yeah.
Wow. Then C is what?
Communication.
Communication. Then E, execute what?
The pass.
So a bit.
Yeah, missing.
So what is a good execution? What is a bad execution? Can it be speed? Can it be?
Yeah, you didn't go in depth on the execution. Like, you didn't tell us how a proper pass goes.
So you are teaching on the ball skills, the one who passed the ball and also the receiver. But early on you say it's pen.
You think got 5 minutes and then you just stop.
No, I think your recording space, like, they don't let you pull a full video.
Okay.
So what do you want to focus? The one going to pass the through pass, or the one who go to do the through pass as well as the ball receiver? Which one? One or two? Then if I say I want to do the through pass, right? What kind of coaching cues? What is a good through pass? What does it take to?
Basically, so if it's the person making the pass I'm focusing on, right, then it will be like you using like
View, call, and then just pass.
proper technique like inside foot, yeah, like that. Not kicking foot, need to point at the person, and so on and so on.
Then cannot be all right.
Yeah, it can be.
Okay, go and think about it. Anything else?
But you're saying that I should focus on one person, not both of them.
It's up to you. Because now you say VOCE, then you say it applies to both.
Yeah. So maybe you can like specify or give a coaching cue for the person with the ball.
Oh.
Like one direct coaching cue and then another direct coaching cue for the person off the ball. Instead of like mixing both up, then we have to like think about which is ours. You know?
Alright. So anything else from you guys? Yellow?
Okay, if not next, who's next?
Alright. Thank you.
Who is next?
Yellow, right?